bring in Elephant Boy first.
Just alone.
Alone.
What is Elephant Boy doing here?
Elephant Boy is here because Elephant Boy now has a girlfriend. And remember you said you didn't believe it?
Right.
Well, you can believe it. He has a bona fide girlfriend.
No. I won't believe it.
There is an elephant girl. Here he is, Fred the Elephant Boy.
You're telling me that has a girlfriend?
How you doing, Howard?
Hey, Fred the Elephant Boy, how are you?
Fine.
Fred, when I found you, let's recap for people who Myrtle Beach, who never heard Fred the Elephant Boy, or Orlando.
New Orleans.
When I found you, I received a letter from your coworkers.
Yeah.
You were a guy at work. People made fun of you, I guess. Is that correct?
Correct.
Because of the way you spoke.
Yeah.
And you were a virgin.
That's right.
That was the point of the letter, that Fred was a virgin. I heard your story. It was very sad. I called you. I found out that you were, in fact, a virgin. You were in your 20s, late 20s, I believe, at the time?
Yeah.
Is that correct? How old were you?
Well, let me say it was almost 5 years. I'm going to be when I was 30.
How old were you? I said what the question was.
I'm 30.
30?
Yeah.
You were 30?
Yeah.
No,
All right.
30.
No, 30.
40?
30.
30.
30. All right. You were 30 years old. All right. You were 30 years old. You had never had sex with a woman.
Correct.
Closest you had come up until that point was maybe a kiss on the cheek. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, hardly nothing.
Hardly nothing?
Yeah.
I think he came as close as looking in magazines.
Yeah. Had you ever even kissed a girl at that point?
Oh yeah, but not
For
real?
but not for woman, not for woman.
In other words, you would kiss your mother goodbye.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And cousins.
Yeah, and Yenta ants.
Yenta ants. All right. All right. So you were in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, you say.
I don't just say. A lot of people say. All right. So you came on the show. I got you a date, and you did not get laid from that date, did you?
And you lied.
And you told us you did.
Only because I don't want to make the girl look bad. You know?
You felt bad for the girl that she had to have sex with you.
Yeah, that's it. I don't like to bad mouth people.
Well, you mean you didn't want her to look bad, so you lied and said you had sex with her?
Yeah.
And you were as blue as the shirt you're wearing, but you felt bad for her.
Right. So, in other words, did she kiss you on that date? I forget.
I think she did, but not like but nothing.
Another.
Real. Just maybe for like a couple of seconds.
And why do you think women stayed away from you up until then? Did they think you were retarded?
I think so.
Yeah, and you were not retarded. What is your IQ? Have you ever been tested?
No, normal. Normal
IQ?
Yeah, that's like it's when I was young, I was put in special education because they didn't know where to place me.
You were put into special education because they didn't know where to place you?
You didn't have Sally Field as a mother, obviously.
Right.
And about the 5th or 6th grade, I was stimulated into regular class. And
5th or 6th grade, they put you in regular class, and that's when your nightmare began because all the regular kids made fun of you.
Correct.
Would the teacher call on you in class?
Most of the teachers were so unsympathetic. I get bullied, and they so don't let them.
I don't know why. He lost me on this.
I used to get bullied. Kids used to make fun of me. I used to get into fight, and they blame me because
the teachers would blame you for the fight.
That word you lost is bully.
Because you should just ignore them.
You should just know that.
Ignore.
Ignore them. This is Elephant Gump.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you see Forrest Gump yet?
Wonderful movie.
Wonderful. The story of your life.
Just remember this, Howie. Just because I talk funny, I know how to make love.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? We'll talk to your girlfriend.
What's wrong with this girl?
Now now hold on a second. So when I met you were in bad shape, and finally I brought you on another dial-a date, and in fact I got you sex with a sexual surrogate. Did I not?
She was wonderful.
First experience, and she said she wasn't a prostitute; she was a sexual surrogate. But between you and me, that sounded like a prostitute to me.
We use, puppy tactics.
Excuse me?
We use robbers.
You use
puppy optics.
How do you say that word?
Prophylactics.
Prophylactics. All right. So you use some prophylactics. That's a new one.
Why would he try that word?
I got to work that word into. Why don't you just say rubbers?
Or condoms, anything.
Condom. Can you say condom?
Condoms.
Why did you try saying prophylactic?
I tried to be professional.
You wanted to be professional. Do you try big words sometimes to see what'll come out?
Sometimes I'm very smooth with it.
Sometimes you mean you've said prophylactic in a smooth way?
Yeah.
Do it now, please.
No. I will probably.
Just try.
Prophylactics.
All right, there you go. All right. Prophylactic. All right.
Be quiet, Fred. Otherwise, I will injure your chin again.
What did he say?
He said, "Be quiet, Fred, or otherwise I will injure your chin again."
All right, very good. Thank you. So you did start those fights in school. All right. So anyway, okay. So let's just say that you had sex and then it was a big dry spell.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Since the doctor was about 2-3 years ago,
What? How long ago was what?
It sounds like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, 2 or 3 years ago you had sex for the first time, and so it's been a 3-year dry spell.
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, about, yeah.
So you've been waiting to get it, and the only thing that's really come along is that that stripper that befriended you is Jolynn, but she won't give you sex.
It's just like a family. We're like two different people.
All right, so now as a setup, let's bring in Jolynn. No, we're not going to bring the girlfriend in yet. Bring in Jolynn so we can show what has been teasing Elephant Boy. She hangs around with him. It's her way of getting on the radio show.
Yeah,
But this was a good incentive
that's it.
Yeah.
because this got Fred into action.
Right. All right, here is Jolynn. Now, Jolynn, you sit, have her sit here. Sure. Okay. All right, or whatever, I don't know. Okay, whichever one.
Jolynn has changed her hair color, hasn't she?
Have you changed your hair color, Jolynn?
No, it's the same.
It's the same
Maybe
thing?
it's the lights in there. There's different
Yeah, it's the
lighting.
new lights, probably. I heard
New
you
light.
talking about them.
All right, so you, of course, befriended Elephant Boy because it was a way to get on our show, true?
No, I'd already been on your show. I was friends with Elephant Boy just to be friends with Elephant Boy because he was sweet.
But she is really a hot-looking stripper who works at Scores. You going to be at Fred's bachelor party today?
Of course.
She was at the last one.
You don't mind Fred throwing up again?
No, how you feeling, Fred?
I'm feeling much better, thank you.
Good, good.
What
Jolynn,
was she saying about Fred? Fred was her buddy or something?
yeah,
Fred
well,
was her
when
best friend?
after Fred was unconscious and bleeding, she comes up to me and goes, "I better go in the ambulance with Fred because he's going to need a pretty girl with him. He's going to want a pretty girl with him." And I'm going, is she hallucinating? Were you on high on coke or something that day?
No. But the last thing Fred saw before he fell down was a bunch of beautiful topless women. I didn't want him to wake up.
Yeah, but you were
holding
almost
Dominic hand or
you were
something.
fanatical about getting in that ambulance. I think she
you were
thought.
told they had to grab Fred's
Oh.
clothing from you?
I think she
No,
thought that it
they
might have been a newspaper article out of this, and she would have been
she wanted
pictured
to
in
be
the newspaper.
pictures
No,
as the,
but-
I couldn't figure out her angle on why she wanted to be with Fred. And then she goes, "I love Fred, and Fred's my good buddy, and he's going to want someone who loves him." And I said, "Fred," afterwards, "do you know Jolynn?" He goes, "I hardly ever spoke to her."
I've said no more than 2 words for not that I wouldn't.
Right.
It just has never come up
But
in
he's always
conversation.
so nice and smiley, and he does all the good little noises for me, all the little sound effects, and I'm here.
But you know what's funny is Ganji had to fight to get my possessions back from her.
Yeah, she was like fanatical. She goes, "Howard, Gary hates me because he won't let me in that ambulance." And I'm like, "Oh my God, she doesn't get it." And she's not a stupid girl. I mean,
No.
are you a stupid girl? No.
No.
No, you're smart. But she had this obsession with getting into the ambulance with
I
Fred.
think she's the heart of gold
I
kind of
Maybe.
stripper.
I
Where
thought, you know,
she sees
that-
somebody in need, she has to go to
Yeah.
them.
I don't know. It was weird.
I mean, she hooked up with Fred.
She's like the angel of
elephant
death.
boy, because
Yeah.
he was a loser.
Right.
And then Fred cracked his chin. She wanted to hook up with him.
Yeah,
you go.
girls take better care of boys than another boy would, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know. We had Gay Rich
Yeah,
there.
Gay Rich was doing a pretty good job.
I don't know what was
Follow
going.
me.
But meanwhile, so Jolynn spent the whole bachelor party with me at Scores, which
Yeah.
I wasn't complaining. Seeing her naked is a treat, right? And you wanted to come into the bathroom and clean the vomit off me, right?
I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah, well, yeah. Except Dominic and about 20 other guys piled in because they didn't want Jolynn alone with me.
How big is this room?
Little tiny bathroom. I don't know. I think it could have been good if those guys didn't pile in.
That was only Dominic in there. You can't have a bunch of guys.
I'll tell you one thing. I wasn't mad that Fred threw up on me. At least had a girl cleaning me up.
I'll throw up on you again.
Thanks. So anyway, she was like a regular Florence Nightingale cleaning vomit off me. Then Fred, all of a sudden, when we come out and he's full of blood and everything, and he
Right.
passes out, Jolynn's like, "Howard, you want my videotape? You want my videotape?" She had some kind of. I go,
no.
Jolynn,
I
I'm
did
concentrating on
not.
Fred right now.
Fred
I
is
did
dead.
Bed and she's
not.
hawking
Yeah, she has
herself.
some videotape with her
Unbelievable.
hawking some television.
She
show.
thought you were getting in that ambulance then.
No.
Yeah,
she
right.
wanted to go with you.
Right.
That's not true. I gave it to you right when y'all were leaving. I only gave it to you because it was Fred and Baba Booey and all them on there. So you could
Anyway, for the TV show, do me a favor, Jolynn, stand up so guys can see you. So Fred, the elephant boy, is hanging around with this knockout, okay?
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
Sleeping over at her apartment.
Yeah.
The whole deal.
Yeah,
but
look at
no
this.
sex.
Yeah, look, and look at the little short dress and the.
She would go out to parties with him and pretend to be his fiance and kiss him.
Yeah,
and
and
get
he-
him all worked up.
And more than that, he would even sleep over her apartment.
right.
And you wanted her real bad, but of course she wouldn't give you the time of day, Elephant Boy. Why don't you admit it?
I know. I never And
What?
I never, we stress, we set things straight.
Prophylactic.
Sorry, Fred. We set things straight from the beginning. I knew the boundary. I didn't step off of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I take
In
a
other
lot of
words, everything
Yeah.
you said was true.
So she was a real tease with a capital T. So you'd run around. Would you see her running around her apartment naked and?
No.
She wear like a
teddy?
like a bag, no, like a baggy sweatshirt,
Yeah,
But
anything.
she got great legs.
Yeah, and she wear a baggy sweatshirt with no, just with a pair of panties on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would sit there and watch her and dream of having sex with her.
Like you said,
Like I said, I didn't say anything. Like I said. Yeah. Go ahead.
I always said I never considered putting in that level because I will only be frustrated. So I just say it as a friend.
Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, a friend.
And didn't you have a roommate too? Gorgeous roommate? running around in the same
running
condition?
around in the same condition. And Fred would go up there and torture himself. But at least Fred had some friends now.
Yeah.
Some happening-looking girls.
And then he'd go over to Scores
Yeah.
and hang out with her.
Yeah, and torture himself. Now, the big news. I got to take a commercial break. After the commercial break, we will meet Fred the Elephant Boy's actual girlfriend.
But you first have to tell me how they met.
You'll learn everything
Okay,
right
yeah.
after these words. We're here with Fred the Elephant Boy. Very exciting today. We went to number 1 in Myrtle Beach. Spin Doctor's coming in to celebrate.
And Fred's got a girlfriend. That's a big deal.
Fred, shall we ask you how you met this girlfriend first before she comes in? Or let's bring her in.
Yeah.
Let's bring in Fred the Elephant Boy's girlfriend
Now, what
right
does he
now.
call a girlfriend? How long has he known this girl?
Yeah, how long have you had this
I'm-
relationship? Good question.
I first met her.
Can you talk into that microphone? That's it.
I first met her at your Cleveland funeral. Cleveland funeral.
Right.
You know.
Now, how did you met her in Cleveland?
Yeah.
So she
And
was
she
a girl.
was-
She's a girl from Cleveland.
Yeah.
But,
And we met-
here she is. This is wow. The girl who. Take a seat. Wow. There she is, Elephant Girl, if I may. How much did he have to pay you? I'm sorry. Now I don't hear her. Why is
Can't
that?
hear at
Let me
all.
say something now. Say testing 1 2.
He didn't have to pay me
Which one is
anything,
it?
Howard.
Well, again, we don't have a microphone that works, but that's never stopped me before.
It's not plugged in today.
Not plugged in. That's Scott the engineer. He is a big help.
That makes it.
What's on his mind?
What's on his mind?
Hair.
Hair. Scott, you got to plug in the microphone. You got to plug in the microphone.
It goes behind you.
This is number 2.
Number 2? We don't even use number 2. Oh, and you don't even change the position. You are not an engineer anymore. You're just Scott. Scott the bald one. Now let me hear you. Say something.
Okay, good morning, Howard.
I still can't hear you. The microphone is no good. Do me a favor. Move that over. Jolene, do me a favor. Move over Elephant Boy for a second there. Good. Okay. Elephant Boy, move closer to her. I'm going to orchestrate because I can't get a microphone.
Well, good morning, Howard.
This is some operation. Oh, I just busted my ribs.
And probably a few blood vessels.
Call me an ambulance.
Your ambulance.
Look at it. I got a discussion about the microphones. Jolene,
Fred's
talk
making
into that.
Jokes.
Good morning, Howard.
All right, good.
That
now
one
I
works.
got it.
Now where everything's working.
I
Am I
apologize to Mrs. Elephant Man there because
Elephant Girl.
Elephant Girl. I apologize to you because obviously I had hoped for a more.
Especially on
Professional.
your first visit.
Well, what can I say? I'm a little upset. Now tell me something. I see the two of you are holding hands here in the corner. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you met in Cleveland. This is unbelievable that Fred has actually got a girl.
Well,
that
wait
he-
a minute. A girl who lives in Cleveland?
Now,
Yes.
how often do you guys get to see each other?
This is the first time we saw each other since the funeral.
So how can you
Oh.
call yourself a girlfriend? You're somebody
Please.
who talks to on the phone.
Robin.
Oh, we
This-
talk every day on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk every day on the phone, and now you've only seen each other in Cleveland
Yeah.
And now here.
and now here. So you've only really been together like 2 or 3 days total.
Yeah.
Physically.
Right.
What?
All right. Now, what happened in Cleveland? How did you meet? Elephant Boy?
There was a group of people waiting for you at the airport to get autographs.
Once again, I got Elephant Boy laid.
Of course.
Yeah,
But what did you expect?
indirectly.
Indirectly.
Yeah.
No, I would think this is very direct.
I'd say this is more than indirectly.
She didn't go up.
You know what I
direct
hate
or
about this? I
something.
can't see your face because of these microphones. It really bothers me.
Who, Elephant Boys?
Yeah, there's big shadows all over his face. I can't get this to work.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
So, So when I got there, I have to wait like 2 hours before our plane leaves.
All right, so 2 hours before your plane
Yeah,
leaves, you
yeah.
meet Elephant Woman.
Well, at first, she was asking for autographs.
She was asking you for an autograph.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
everybody.
I don't
was-
understand. Is
yeah.
this when we're leaving or when we're
When we're
coming?
leaving.
When we're leaving.
Oh, okay.
So 2 hours before we're about to leave on the plane, because you left on the plane with us.
Yeah, that's
she,
right.
She asked you for your autograph.
Yeah, and I was there with Kenny Keith Carterback, Miss Howard Stone.
You were there with a lot of people
Yeah,
from the show. So she
yeah.
walks up and asks for your autograph.
Right.
And you give her an autograph. Now,
Yeah.
how did romance blossom? Were you attracted to Elephant Boy right away, Elephant Girl?
He was very nice. He's
Yeah.
such a nice man.
Yeah.
Very nice man.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you've been around the
Very
block a
honest.
few times. Am I correct?
Not that many times.
No, you've had a few boyfriends.
Oh, yes.
How many kids you got?
2.
I knew it. I knew you'd been around the block a few times. Is that right? You've been married and stuff, or not
Yes.
even married? Oh, you were married.
I'm divorced right now.
A couple of husbands, or
One husband.
One husband.
Polak.
A Polak. All right, so you had a Polak. And what happened? Did he beat you, or?
I'd rather not tell.
All right, you won't want to
About
talk
that.
about it. All right. Were you in fact married to Lobster Man? Was that the?
No.
All right. So this is your first celebrity, I take it. The Elephant Boy. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you were married to a regular guy. Marriage didn't work out for whatever reason. Those are your own reasons. And we certainly don't know whether or not he beat you or, hit you in the head with his foot. We don't know what he did. We don't know if he just went off with another woman. We don't know what the reason. Maybe he just fell out of love. For whatever reason, who knows what it was? Maybe he drank. We don't know. We don't know what happened there. That's his business and your business. But there you were alone. And you hadn't had any boyfriends since your marriage?
Not really.
They'd been
no.
few
How
and far
long has the
between.
divorce been?
3 years.
3 years. You had the kids to raise. You had to earn a living, I assume.
Yes.
What kind of work are you involved in?
At the post office.
At the post office, working hard. And I think Fred is into postal work as well. So the two of you have a lot in common.
Fred has mailed a few things.
That's right. Now, do the kids call Elephant Boy Pop or Dad at this point, or have they met the Elephant Boy?
They've talked to him on the phone. They call him Teddy Freddy.
Teddy Freddy, yes.
Yeah.
Because I sent him like a teddy bear, of a postman.
Oh, you sent them a teddy bear, a Vermont
Of a
teddy bear,
postman.
Yeah.
of a postman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Between us, Howard, we'll figure this out.
That's it.
And because you're two postal workers, will you exchange firearms at Christmas? Well, you work in postal, don't you, Fred? Some kind of postal?
I work for another branch of the government.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought it was postal
Yeah, no.
operation. Now,
So how old are her children?
3.5. Marissa is 3.5, and Andrew is 6.
Andrew is 6, I see. So, okay, so 3.5 and 6, these are young children. And Freddie, you ready to take on the responsibilities of a young family?
Fatherhood?
We take it one day at a time.
All right, you're not saying marriage yet. This is a little
within
soon.
Time, within time.
Within time.
I'm not afraid.
I've never seen
So
such
in
love.
2 hours,
Yeah.
in an airport.
Did you guys do it at the airport?
I was looking for
Heck
pleasure,
no.
but
What do you mean, heck no? Come on.
Come on, Howard.
They struck up a friendship and
Yeah.
exchanged numbers?
Yeah.
Hey, Robin, what are the odds that her kids will run away? I say even money. They'll run away before preschool. Let's Fred the Elephant Boy. Yeah.
They won't be there when she gets home.
You think so? All right. So wait a second. You're at the airport, and what happens? Phone numbers are exchanged?
And Fred called me as soon as he landed in New York.
Oh, I'm sure he had a live wire.
Why not? You're the first girl who's ever given him a number.
Yeah, this is the first number he's ever
Very
gotten.
rare somebody give me a number, and who am I to ignore it?
All right, whatever you just said,
Yeah.
and you're holding hands here like real lovers. I mean, this is no joke, Robin.
All
Are you
right, now
convinced?
wait a minute. I just want everybody to realize that 2-hour meeting in Cleveland was their only time together until now.
That's right.
This is no girlfriend.
They've been talking on the phone on a regular basis.
This is no girlfriend.
We'll see about that in a minute. Hold on.
Robert, I'm going to make you eat your hair weaves.
He's going to make you eat your hair weaves. Very good, Elephant Boy. There you go.
Well, something must have happened.
I think so.
So, Elephant Boy, because I saw Elephant Boy frantically dialing on the plane. He was trying to call it from the
he was
plane.
using that phone plane.
I'm in love.
That plane phone.
Will you marry me? So,
You can't hear me
No,
over this
no.
noise.
Yeah.
Turn off the engine.
All right, let's get to the romance. So, in other words, Elephant Boy, you've been talking on the phone, and you and Mrs. Elephant Boy are talking on the phone on a regular
Elephant
basis,
girl.
and you say, "Please come to New York. I need to see you."
Hey, at first, I wanted to go to Cleveland.
Well, what kind of conversations did you have?
What do we say?
What did you
Oh,
talk about? How long would you talk on the phone? Hours?
How'd you
Oh,
understand
yeah.
anything?
Yes.
I can understand Fred.
Really?
Good for you.
And were you drunk at the airport when you met him and stuff?
No.
No, you were sober? Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
So, Elephant Boy's a good man.
He's very honest, very sensitive, very nice.
Now, have you ever stripped?
No.
No, I'm not a stripper.
No, not a stripper?
No.
Never taking your clothes off in front of a bunch of guys?
No.
You might have to later in front of them. You might have to look you over. Elephant Boy likes us to see. Okay, sit down. Elephant Boy's very nervous. He doesn't want to lose this one.
Right.
All right.
So now I still want to know about these conversations.
Yeah, okay, so you have these conversations, and does Elephant Boy profess his love for you over the phone?
Slow but steady. Slow but steady.
You know what you should do? I was thinking about this.
What?
You should have a dentist shoot your mouth full of Novocaine before you talk to Elephant Boy on the phone, and then it would be an even playing ground. All right, so wait a second. Let me get this straight. You're saying that you had this phone conversation, and then you come to New York. And
Yes.
now, how long have you been in New York with Elephant Boy?
Since Wednesday.
Since Wednesday.
Couple
Today
days.
is Friday. All right, so Wednesday you visit Elephant Boy where?
Now he
Where-
picked you up at the airport?
Did you take some time off from work, Elephant Boy?
Yeah, I'm on vacation.
You're on vacation. All right.
Vacation.
All right, okay.
Vacation.
And you're on vacation, and you pick her up at the airport.
Yeah.
I assume you came in at LaGuardia or
Yeah.
Kennedy?
Yes.
Kennedy,
And then-
LaGuardia?
Took her back to your mother's house.
No,
Now, you live with your mom, so
Yeah.
where did you go to be with her?
I met
took her to-
Gretchen first at the hotel.
Right.
You know.
Now, Mrs. Elephant Boy, were you prepared for sex with Elephant Boy? Were you feeling romantic at this point, that you wanted him, that you had to have him near you?
Of course, Howard.
Right, so you were ready to go to the hotel with Elephant Boy.
Oh, yes.
Right, he didn't
So-
drag you in there by your hair, your beautiful
no,
long
no,
hair.
no,
He didn't.
no.
He didn't drag you in. He didn't try to get you doped up on heroin and something like
No
that.
No,
coke
no.
or anything
No
like
coke or speed or anything like that would make you
No,
okay.
No,
that.
no.
Now let me ask
Did you
something.
take her to? Did you? I'm sorry, Robin. Yes.
Is Fred picking up the tab for this whole trip?
No.
no, is that right?
No.
That's right.
You're paying for it?
Oh, yes.
Really? Oh boy, sucker born every minute. all right, wait a second. So he would have paid you dearly.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Is there an elephant's trunk between his legs? Mm-hmm. All right, well, that'll remain a secret. All right, so wait a second. So you and Elephant Boy have been talking on the phone. Obviously, you can see that there's a good man inside the elephant
Now,
body.
did you kiss him passionately as soon as you got off the plane?
I would just hug, you know, and maybe a long kiss.
A kiss?
Yeah.
With tongue?
Was he with tongue? No.
No.
No,
I didn't.
just a
Yeah,
kiss.
it
Hello.
was a
All right.
a puppy kiss.
Who?
A baby kiss?
A public kiss.
A public
Oh, a
kiss.
public kiss.
Public kiss, Robin. I'm feeling ill. All right, anyway, so
You know what saved this relationship?
call the EMS workers, 911.
You know what saved this relationship? She had never seen Fred eat.
Right. Now, up until this point, you've never seen Fred eat, right?
Correct.
It's a scary proposition. Okay, so wait a second. All right. Give Fred a pretzel. She'll be on the first plane back to Cleveland. He's on good behavior. Guy hasn't eaten in 4 days.
I'm on my P's and Q.
All right. Good. Don't eat any peas and certainly don't eat any Q's. Okay, so then you went ahead and you go right to the hotel?
Yeah, just to
Yes.
check in, but we didn't stay.
Just to check in, you played it
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Took her out for what? Some dinner?
Yeah, my mother
Took her right to your mother's house?
Oh, so your mother knew she was
Yeah.
coming into town.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, you're bringing a girl by for mom to meet.
Yeah.
You hadn't even got on your first date. You're already meeting your mother?
Yeah. I'm not mad.
Did you think it was unusual, Mrs. Elephant Boy?
No, not really.
No.
No.
A little bit unusual, but a sweet gesture.
Yes, and
And-
his mother's very, very nice lady.
And plus, she can translate whatever Fred said. All right, so you get together, you meet the mother behind the elephant, and you, and then afterwards, after the dinner, you're feeling romantic still, even after Fred has eaten in front of you. It's a little messy when he eats, right? Because when he talks and eats at the same time, no.
No, Fred was very nice.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, and you.
And she wore a plastic cover.
Robin.
And did you? And then did you go right back to the hotel after dinner?
Yes, we did.
You did. You went back, and at that point, you hardly could keep your hands off one another. I would guess. Am I correct?
Of course.
Is that true? I know you're a little bit modest, but Elephant Boy needs to brag a little. It's been 37 years since he's had sex.
I'm down when we got comfortable, watch the TV, listen to the radio.
You watched everything. You listened to radio.
Listen to everything, watched everything. You're listening to radios. The TVs are on.
The lights are on.
Meanwhile, you want to grab her in your arms and have sex with her, don't you?
We were getting more often. We was using our tongues.
Oh, so you were getting some kissing during TV. And what were you watching on TV?
Who remembers?
Right. You were busy.
There was a horror film in the bedroom.
But you were a little uncomfortable. But Elephant Boy, there was a horror film going on. So you slipped into what? 90?
A little thong and a little bra, you know.
A little thong and bra?
Yeah.
And where is this going on? At the Motel 6? where does he put you up? I mean,
right next to LaGuardia.
Right next to LaGuardia.
Oh, so you can hear the planes.
Lovely neighborhood. It's very romantic with the din of the planes going overhead.
No, we had the radio going. And
you had the two kids locked in the closet, I hope.
Oh, no, the two kids are locked in Cleveland.
All right, good. We got someone
You didn't
watching
leave
them.
anybody with them because we don't want a bad babysitter story.
Right.
No.
And did you check in as Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Mr. and Mrs. Fred the Elephant Boy?
No,
Yeah.
just,
Use our names.
Use your own names. The times have relaxed a little. The mores of
They're
our
not going
society.
to throw them out because
That's
they're
all right.
being immoral.
Just because you're unmarried and committing a sin against the church and our Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, I know, and I'm Catholic.
And I am as well, and I don't.
He's a Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred, you're a Jew?
Yeah.
Oh my God! You fouled one of my sisters.
Somebody should be arrested.
All right, now let's continue.
I
So then it's getting hot, and when she slips into her bra and teddy or whatever that is, do you go wild, Elephant Boy? Can you barely contain yourself that you're finally having
Do
sex?
you finally throw off that baseball cap?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we took it, try one thing, and then another thing, and then another thing.
And when you finally had her in your arms naked, were you wild with passion?
Yeah.
And you had all your clothes. Did you undress Elephant Boy, or he took off his own clothes?
I think she took off my underwear.
She took off your underwear? What a treat. Oh, wow. Oh, you must
I
have...
took off my panties.
Oh, gee.
Turn up my fair play.
Turnabout is fair play, yes. Well,
So, Fred, now, could you believe this was actually happening?
Fred, was it like a dream?
When I saw her with a bra and thing, I did like a Wayne's World. I don't deserve this. I don't.
Oh, it was like Wayne's World. I see.
I'm not worthy. You didn't even
started
get the
doing-
words right.
You started doing that? Oh, you
Yeah.
schlub.
But
And let me ask you something. Did Fred the Elephant Boy whisper sweet, indecipherable nothings into your ear? Or
I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
It's the international language.
the international language of love, of elephant love. And he is. I happen to know Fred is very well endowed. Is he not?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So you were shocked. What he lacks in speech abilities, he certainly makes up for in that department,
Oh,
the
yes.
physicality department.
Yes.
I think he has a nice physique. He's not a horrible-looking guy. He's just got the elephant voice. If you get over that, you're in pretty good. And he's got a sweet heart, right?
He's very sensitive, very loving. You can't help but not love him.
And you couldn't achieve orgasm on the first love session because he probably couldn't last more than 13
Well, I'm not going
seconds.
to tell you anything. Huh?
Fred will tell me.
No.
You didn't last a long time. Tell the truth, Fred. Elephant Boy.
We could have done it all night.
And you did, didn't you? How many times? 3?
I'm not saying.
What do you mean you're not saying?
No, that's perfect.
How many times were you able to make love that night? He must have been like on fire.
Yeah.
I will guess 5.
I wouldn't say that, but
3?
that's a good.
3? You made love 3 times.
At different times.
Did they have to change the rug in the room? Is it a mess? And of course, Elephant Boy practiced safe sex, I hope.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He already
Right
told
now
you
for
that.
sex,
Proper acting.
Papa lap. Well, you know it's safe. The guy hasn't had sex ever. And you are kissing her hand. You are grateful, obviously, because that was a very touching.
I'm getting turned on.
I haven't had my hand
getting
kissed
turned-
this much in my whole life.
He kisses your hand all the time. He's very romantic, isn't
Yes.
Because I don't want a moment to go by
he? Right. When is she going back to Cleveland?
on Sunday.
Sunday.
If
That
she
will
can
be a
get
sin.
away from Fred.
Fred, now what will you do? Will you move to Cleveland? I see you're wearing a Cleveland Indians T-shirt. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't
look
know
at
what
him.
to
He's
do.
already moved.
He's already mentally moved to Cleveland.
I give her her children.
You give her children?
No, I
She already
give-
has 2.
I give from her children.
Oh, it's a gift from
Oh, a
her
gift from her children. And you haven't taken it off for 3 days.
No,
There you go. That must smell pleasant.
I want today.
Has Freddie been keeping himself fresh around you?
Yeah, has he been bathing and keeping himself tidy?
Yes.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Well, you're a lucky
That's
woman. I'll tell you why. You found love. Now, will this continue, or will you go back to
Or
Cleveland
was this
and say,
just
Freddie's
a one-night thing?
Freddie's coming back to Cleveland for a Rolling Stones concert.
oh.
I got my tickets for the Rolling Stone.
What are you going to do, Elephant Boy? Are you going to ask for her hand in marriage?
If everything works out, yes.
No,
How
one
would
more-
you know when it's working
Yeah,
out?
how would you know when things are working out?
When the time is right. I'm not going to make a certain date.
A
If
what?
someone I'm not going to make it like a certain date. Things to be.
You want to be like our own Fred Norris, run off and maybe get a elope, like with his
no.
Vicomtessa.
I can't help but miss it. If you want to give me a bachelor party, I can't help but miss it.
I see. You have
Yeah.
permission for a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Well, and how are you feeling? Are you in love with Fred?
You can't help but not love Fred.
Right. So
What do you? But there's that being in love.
Yes.
yeah, she is in love. Obviously, Elephant Boy knows what to do in the sack. Well, you must have turned her on, you old devil. You old elephant devil. Look at you. Look at Elephant Boy with that smirk on his face. Like, yeah, I knocked it. I knocked it off.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, I cat her. Yeah, she's in love. You know, Jolene, you can sit there, but
You're jealous now, aren't you?
I think you're a little jealous. You would have been getting all this airtime if you had just made love to Elephant Boy.
No,
Yeah.
it's not that. I just, you know.
And
hope that-
Charlene will always be my friend.
Sure.
Yeah, are
Yeah.
you a little jealous?
Maybe just a little bit.
Man.
Really? All right. Well, there you go.
Seeing
I
true
think
love
he's trying to get me back. I
blossom.
took him to meet a friend of mine, and
You know what's funny, Jolene? In a way, this is the man you've been looking for. You know, instead of there's a guy who would have worshipped you,
You
but
know
you let
what
him.
you are, Jolene?
What am I?
You are the girl in Forrest Gump.
That's right.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
You got to go see that. It's
Yeah.
your life story.
It is. You should have gone after Elephant Boy. Now all the girls suddenly want Elephant Boy. The phones are all lit up. Girls need dates with Elephant Boy. But
Well,
you were
yeah,
smart to
I'll-
take him on. You see
Say,
that?
Howard, I want to make a comment to all the women I know who asked to become my friend. You know, who only want to be my friend. Sister, you blew it. You missed an opportunity of a lifetime. I hope you're miserable for the rest of your pathetic lives.
Ooh, is he angry?
Well, there's a bitter Elephant Boy. In other words, now that he has found true love, he's telling all the women who only wanted to be his friend that they missed out.
That's
Well,
right.
there you go. Well, there you go. The smell of success. Once you get that smell on you, you're desirable. Look at him there. He's telling the women goodbye, kissing them off. He's found his love.
Mwah.
And I predict big things for you, too. Well, there it is, Robin.
Ah, I guess
Very
we'll
much-
be
I was
getting ready to
starting
go
to-
to another wedding.
Yes, we will.
I would sure like keep you posted.
I give these two more days before she wises up. Before she catches on.
Before the drugs were out.
Yeah, right. He's got to have you hypnotized.
Brother,
Let me
you
see.
are
Oh,
gonna
there was a big kiss. Robin, you missed it.
Oh, dear.
I've never- oh, here it is. Oh.
Jackie, kiss me.
Whoa. Oh, I'm going to throw up. Uh-oh, I'm puking. Elephant Boy was kissing a girl.
Gary, call 911. How is sick?
All right, Elephant Boy with his first true love.
Yeah.
He waited 30, how old are you now, 34?
45 in November.
Waited 35 years for true love, but he
There
did
you
find
go.
it. And congratulations to the happy couple. In fact,
What is Elephant Girl's name? I mean, do we? does she
Elephant
ever-
Girl. I don't think this woman wants her
She
name.
doesn't want to be publicly.
Mary Elephant Girl.
Okay.
Mary Elephant.
Mary Elephant. All right, fine. There it is. Mary Elephant, the new Mrs. Elephant Girl. Well, your mother must be excited, huh?
Are you going to introduce Fred to your friends and relatives?
Yes.
Oh, you are.
Yes.
That reminds me, Harry. I got a picture from one of a friend. I don't know whether you can read what's in the back of the gut.
She'd like you to post it on your wall.
Oh, a picture of one of your friends naked. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Very
No,
lovely.
you have to read the back. It's
Yeah.
also
You better not say it.
I
Yeah,
will not.
I-
All right, very nice. Do you introduce him to your friends as Elephant Boy or as Fred?
Fred.
Fred, you
Freddie.
do. I see. All right.
Freddie.
Well, that's more human. Okay, very
And
good.
they understand him too.
Well,
Well, they haven't spoken with him yet, but as soon as he comes to Cleveland next month.
If Fred was to ask you to marry him, would you do it? At this point?
not yet.
No, yeah, no.
Not yet.
Hey,
I'm not-
Fred, let her answer.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. Not
I
yet.
still want to play the field.
If Fred just felt wild, yeah, play the field some more, Elephant Boy.
Right.
Let's
You
listen.
know how barren that field
Yeah,
is.
you better, yeah. Now we'll get the delusions of grandeur. Yeah, maybe I ought to wait around, see what else is out
I still put the fish in the sea.
No way.
Has anybody pulled you aside and said, "Are you on acid" or anything like that? No. You're in
No.
love. You look like a woman in love. You really do.
He's so nice.
Of
He's
course.
such a nice guy.
That's right. It's either the look of love or a look of someone in a daze, Robert.
How did it go?
Oh, well, I've been dumped by Elephant Boy for another woman. It's okay. Rich, the gay intern, said he'd be my new boyfriend and we could have the same relationship and it wouldn't bother him a bit.
How did it go, guys?
Oh, great. She was so nervous last night what we had said to her. You know, everybody was tired about how we would treat them bad, but she was okay.
And Howard was nice to you?
Oh, yes. And Freddie's nice too. I love Freddie.
Yeah, I love you.